you defend a lot of law enforcement. You have like a role with them. You defend, you're part of an association, or is that, how is it? Can you tell me about that a little bit?
So when I started, from being a public defender and being aggressive and,
Right.
what I would deem to be appropriately aggressive and crossing police officers, and when my wife Mila had run for judge, we were out there in the community, we met a lot of officers, met a lot of the unions. They would see me in court and started representing the officers. I had one case, a Peraza case, which Stand Your Ground, which went all the way up to the Florida Supreme Court,
Right, I
which I
remember
got to
it well.
argue that police officers under the statute are people too and can use the Stand Your Ground law. And representing police officers, I mean, I am so thankful for the people that serve, officers that serve, people that serve in the military. And some criminal defense attorneys will be critical of those. So, like, how can you be a criminal defense attorney and represent officers? But to me, the smart clients or other attorneys that want to criticize that realize that there could be some positives for that because they see that there'll be some respect there, or they'll listen, or perhaps they'll be more concerned or scared when I'm on a case. But to me, it's been an asset to my civilian clients, and it's been a pleasure and a blessing to represent law enforcement because we've been in a climate where I've seen a lot of law enforcement that have been wrongfully accused. But whoever gets the tagline, Danny, the defendant, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a lawyer, whether it's a police officer, or even a judge, because I've had the opportunity to represent judges on some occasion. Whoever gets the tagline, the defendant, is entitled to a defense, is entitled to due process, entitled to have a lawyer go in the court. The state or the government has to prove their case, and innocent people do get arrested. In fact, it happens more often than we think. I mean, overcharged, and we get jaded because we see people, you were talking before about like our jobs can be exciting, or how someone might say what you do is really cool. Like, people think what we do is really cool.
Right.
We get jaded by it because what we see on a daily basis and the calls that we get, but everyone, law enforcement officers, everyone's entitled to a defense. Just because someone gets arrested, rich or poor, everyone should have equal justice. And I know people think, well, people that have more money, they get more justice than others that are poor. Everyone is entitled to justice. Poor, rich, skinny, fat, tall, small, everyone.
Agreed. And we talked about this on the podcast many times. Most defense attorneys will agree with you as far as people think like you don't like cops. Like, I love almost all the cops. Like there's some bad apples, of course, but most are not. Most are doing their job, and it's a tough job, man. It's a tough job in this day and age. Like, I thank them all the time. I'm very respectful always. I'm friends with a lot of them. It's so difficult being law enforcement in this day and age with just the attacks on the media and the stigma. And